Dr. Ashmi Kumar, keynote speaker, Mrs. Elizabeth Navete, special international. Chief guest and innovator,
पहली फरवरी 1 फरवरी की स्पाइस चालू था मुझे चालू था પછી ગાડી માટા પર આવે પછી વાત એવા મુહૂર્તોમાંથી નીકળ્યા છે કે 5 વર્ષ થઈ ગયા. મિત્રો first of all I'd like to congratulate all the past presidents who are here. In fact, it is very inspiring to the whole team. And every time I come down over here, I always see so many people. And Rohit Bhai was telling me 14 of you are present over here. I'm sure all other trade associations of the state will learn from you. Mitro, Gujarat is going at a fast pace. Shri Rohit Bhai talked about economic slowdown. We are preparing our budget, but the good signs are that this year also we are having a double-digit growth rate. So when the country is talking about 7, 7.3, 7.5, 8, we are sure by end of 31st March we will be able to show much better results. And Gujarat taking the lead, being the growth engine of the nation, it would always pull the growth rate of the country along with us. And I'll give you a couple of examples by which you can understand. From 1960 to 2002, 42 years, the total plan size of all governments put together was 50,500 crores. From 2002 to 2007, 5 years, it was 49,500 crores. And from 2007 to 2012, we'll be crossing 1,21,000 crores. હવે ખબર પડી ને 10 કો કેમ આંકડો છે. The best part is we are preparing our forecast for 2012 to 2017. Well, you can imagine the quantum of figures which we are going to get. Practically, if you look at it, we are on an automatic mode since last 4-5 years. And this has resulted in VAT collection this year having a growth of more than 25%. When we talk about economic slowdown, there are 3 parameters which we usually have. Number 1 is VAT collections. Second is the energy consumption on the industrial front, which I get every day. And compared to last year, it is always more than 10% higher. And a third, transactions of land and buildings, stamp duty. All 3 have shown a positive trend. પણ આપણે શું જોયું છે પેલા એટલું ઊંચું જોતું જોઈ લીધું છે ને એટલે આમ સ્લાઇટ આમ આવે ને તો કે ભાઈ સ્લો ડાઉન આવ્યું. પણ ડાયરેક્ટ કલેક્શન ઇન ધ સ્ટેટ ઓફ ગુજરાત ઇઝ ઓલ્સો મચ હાયર ને એટલે લોકોએ ટેક્સ બી સારા ભર્યા છે. ઇનફેક્ટ આઈ વોઝ ટોકિંગ with one of the big oil majors in one of the functions. And the finance ministry, petroleum ministry called that marketing. Why is it that Gujarat tamaru consumption is higher than other states? But okay, it is not in the petrochemical front, it is everywhere. So this is the strength of our state, and I am sure in the days to come it will continue in a much, much better way. In fact, government of Gujarat has concentrated on providing infrastructure, and this has one of the main reasons why the growth rate is good. There are 3-4 issues which I feel is going to be a major concern all over the country, but positively will be out of that, or rather be out of it. One of the most important is availability of energy and the financial condition of utilities. 3-4 months back, the energy minister called a meeting of all the energy ministers of the country, and only one point agenda: health of utilities. Imagine in the country, the losses of all utilities put together will touch 1 lakh crores this year. How can you survive? How can you provide power? On one side, you don't have money to buy coal, then how are you going to give electricity? And can you imagine that Gujarat is not only self-sufficient, is much better placed. This year alone, from 13,000 megawatts, we will be reaching 18,000 megawatts in a span of next 8 to 10 years. But the unfortunate part is that today, 20 million units, we are backing down. 20 million unit બંધ કરવામાં આવે છે. The reason is the country doesn't have power on one side. 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, there is load shedding. And even at the rate of 3 rupees 80 paisa, 390, there are no buyers in the country because of lack of finance. Why I am telling you? Automatically the strength of Gujarat is going to be surplus power, power in plenty, which will drive industry from other part of the state to this state. એનું કારણ છે કે 6-8 કલાક તમારે જનરેટરમાં ચલાવવું પડે તો કયો ઉદ્યોગ ટકી શકે? અને એટલે આજે નવા ને નવી ઇન્ક્વાયરીઝ અમારે ત્યાં આવી છે. એટલે the problems of the country is going to be beneficial to the state because of our built-in infrastructure. One of our biggest second issue facing the country today is availability of fuel and the price of fuel. Because of inefficiencies in the sector, especially coal, availability of coal is not there as per the requirement. Can you imagine 15 top industrial houses producing, generating power and meeting starting from energy minister, coal minister, finance minister, environment minister, planning commission deputy chairman, and finally the prime minister in one single day, and informing them what is going to happen in the near future if the government of India doesn't take quick decisions. Coalની અંદર because of inefficiency, માઇનનું પ્રમાણ yield જે આવવું જોઈએ આવતું નથી. કોલસાના ભાવ વધારી દીધા છે અને સિસ્ટમ બદલવાના કારણે 25% માંડી 125% રાઇઝ હમણાં જાન્યુઆરીની પહેલીએ કરવામાં આવ્યો છે. બધા પાર મિનિસ્ટ્રી કોલ મિનિસ્ટ્રીમાં રજૂઆતો કરી એટલે લાગે છે કે બ્રેક લાગે એવું દેખાય છે, પણ છેવટે કંઈક તો વધારો આવવાનો છે. એટલે પ્રાઇઝિંગ of coal and pricing and non-availability of gas are going to be very, very important parameters as far as the industry is concerned. બીજા issues which we feel would be availability of land. And the government of Gujarat through GIDC has come up with a very aggressive policy. And any under the price of land has been determined by a third party, which is going to be based on market rates. Plus, farmers ne livelihood mate, we are giving them 1% commercial land at 1 rupee token. So that એમની income ચાલુ રહે. એ ઉપરાંત employment, and most important, we give them profit on the development of that land into estate. એટલા 100 રૂપિયા જમીન લીધી હોય, બાંધકામ કરીને જમીન 500 રૂપિયા વેચી હોય, રોડ રસ્તા સાથે, તો 400 ઉપર એમને 10% આપીએ છીએ. એટલે this has helped in we acquiring huge chunks of land, especially in Sanand and in Dahej. Unfortunately, politics આગળ આવે છે, લોકો ચડાવે છે, અને એના કારણે હમણાં જ દહેજની અંદર એક મીટિંગ કરવામાં આવી કે ભાઈ 18 લાખ રૂપિયા એકર શું કામ એક્સેપ્ટ કરો છો, તમને વધારે મળશે. લકીલી કોઈ જોડાયું નહીં, પણ આવા ને આવા વચ્ચે પોલિટિક્સ લઈ અને રાજ્યના વિકાસની અંદર બમ્પ્સ ક્રિએટ કરવાના આવા જુદા જુદા પ્રયત્નોના કારણે થોડો આપણો સમય વધારે જાય છે. એટલે ગુજરાત તો આગળ જાય છે, દાખલો બતાડે છે, પણ પ્રગતિ બીજા રાજ્યોમાં જે પ્રમાણે કરવી જોઈએ ત્યાં કરતા નથી, અને આપણી પ્રગતિ રોકવાના પ્રયત્નો કરવામાં આવે છે. And that is one of the most unfortunate parts what is happening in the state. Biju, another issue which we feel is going to be skilled, have to join hands with the government, and we are going to be very, very liberal as far as this is concerned. Another issue which I feel is going to be an issue after 5-7 years, and we have to tackle it right now. The issue is of water. It is very important that if Gujarat has to maintain this, desalination plants have to come up on the seashore. It is expensive, but it is going to be a matter of compulsion. Because once you realize, it should be realized that agriculture growth is equally important. For development of industry or for purchasing power to increase, the income of the farmers have to increase. And the strength, because the Gujarat's economy is so good, is because the purchasing power of the farmers have also increased. Today, we have double-digit growth rate even in the agriculture sector, which is remarkable because the country is growing at hardly 2 to 3%. And because of the agriculture sector's growth, there is wide distribution of income. And this is a very important segment which will require water in big quantities. And hence, the industry have to get used to high cost of water over a period of time. And desalination should be one of the important aspects for solving the issues of water. We believe the small and medium enterprises is one of the most important segments. And I was glad to hear Mr. Kumar helping us out to improve this sector. Gujarat has always been the strength. Today we have 3.5 lakh units producing 15 to 16% of the companies manufacturing from the small and medium enterprises. We are always committed to that, and in fact in the bankers meeting with Honorable Finance Minister, we had even recommended that this segment should be given special preference and the loans and advances should be given more liberalized. Not only that, the guarantees which have been asked and the process is so cumbersome that it takes a lot of time, and the Honorable Finance Minister had assured us that he will look into the matter. So SSI will always be a strength, and when the issue of SSI comes, I just want to flag off a very important issue. And when South Gujarat Chamber is over here, the President is of the NSI over here, Government of India and the Empowered Committee are working on the GST model right now. It is very important that the trade and industry should study the implications of goods and service tax, because it is going to have a long-term effect. Unfortunately, none of our trade associations in the state or at the national level have been aggressive as far as GST is concerned, nor they have gone through the advantages and disadvantages of the same. The way important trade associations like CII, FICCI or SHM are actively involved in the implementation of GST, it is very important that small medium enterprises and trade and chamber should understand the implications and see to it that the days to come they are not harmed by the new implementation in the changes of law. So my request is that this is one segment. I think when South Gujarat Chamber is a very active chamber. I'll just give a small example. Rohit may not be knowing it also. Being in the diamond industry, GST, diamond will be having taxed. So you can understand what will happen to Surat. The strength of Gujarat is giving employment as far as diamond sector is concerned. We have villages, people working in the villages who have huge employment as far as diamond is concerned. We are very strongly represented. But unfortunately, today it has been included. So such are so many issues which will positively hit the small medium enterprise. The limits, excess limits, they are going to be increased. So everyone will be in the net. And it is going to affect a lot of small medium enterprises and affect a lot of employment. So my request to all the past presidents and presidents to understand the whole scenario, it should help not only the state of Gujarat but to the people of Gujarat. Finally, yesterday our Honorable Chief Minister was in Goga, and Goga Dahej ferry no Khatmurat Karyu. He has even highlighted that in the days to come, and we will be starting the survey for Hazira also. So from Goga to Hazira or even to South Gujarat, this will open new doors for development both in South Gujarat as well as in Saurashtra. We are going to develop small medium enterprises through special investment regions, through SEZs and through GIDCs. And luckily, the biggest SIR or the only SIR in the country, which is going to be 879 square kilometers, is going to be the Dodara SIR. And the biggest SEZ is the Dahej SEZ. And today, the Dahej SEZ is considered among the top 25 best investment destination in the world. Well, you can imagine it's a working SEZ, and most huge quantum of exports from SEZs are going through the state of Gujarat. So development of Gujarat as far as GIDC is concerned, SEZ is concerned, or SIR is concerned is going to be there. I congratulate the team for Udyog 2012. 1 lakh square feet for an association of South Gujarat Chamber is pretty big, and they are doing it every 2 years. This will bring in a lot of people from outside, and businesses will be shared. Gujarat one again is going to come out with Vibrant 2013. Full preparations are going on, and already countries have been identified as partner countries. Countries have been identified who are going to put in the exhibitions and are going to come up with delegations. And I invite South Africa to be one of the partners. They can come down and have put in a big exhibition center so that trade and industry can also improve. NSCI can also have small industries is going to be a big participant in the event. You can imagine the size of, we have planned for 1 lakh square meters of exhibition space. 10 times the size of what we have over here. So imagine when you walk over here, and we already have around 40 to 50% of bookings which have been done. So maybe we'll have to expand. It is going to be one of the biggest exhibitions in the country taking place. So full preparations are also going for Vibrant 2013, which will also bring in new investments and new opportunities for the people of Gujarat. So I thank you for inviting me, and also South Gujarat Chambers team for having this wonderful event every 2 years. My congratulations to them for building up this exhibition center, and I understand that you are starting with a new auditorium. I am sure with the team effort, you will positively put in a lovely auditorium by the time we have the next function, or the next function where I am invited. I hope so. So thank you very much.